And also, she used her mansion during Civil War, and it provided a hospital for both Union soldiers and Confederate soldiers. But you really have to be smart to pull that off during that bloody war. You'll be able to see the front of the mansion. If you'll notice to our right, the floral arrangement, there'll be another, and behind it would be the mansion. Is anyone familiar with the song Down on Music Road? Does that song ring a bell to anyone? It was created a couple times. The first time it was created by Dolly Parton. And Dolly Parton, the story behind that song is she was invited in the beginning of her career to record at RCA Victor's Studio B. Dolly's, if you notice, she's gentle in spirit, so it really made her nervous knowing that she would be in the likes of Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash, some of the big artists. So Dolly was on the way to RCA Victor for recording by her personal vehicle, and she arrived in the back of the studio trying to park. She actually misjudged the parking space and knocked out the back wall of the studio. Now on this side of Music Road, I put out a couple of the studios and business brands that help develop the artists. The first studio that I point out on this side, she won a Grammy Award about 4 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. And you'll notice big yellow dog on the bottom of it. This is the studio for Megan Trainor. And Garth Brooks' studio is on the right-hand side at the edge of the corner house here. He's still with his producer, Alan. Providing sound for picture, you'll see a little sign coming up on the left of digital audio post. And next to the Vanderbilt sign, we have the studio that was just purchased about 3 months ago by Taylor Swift. At this light, left of this light, you'll see a banner that says Big Loud. In their beginnings, they worked side by side with Mike Curb. Big Loud, they helped to develop the artists, and they, if you will, give the artists their swagger or their touches. One of the artists that they work with, we're probably all familiar with, is Miley Cyrus. And if you don't mind me saying, I kind of liked it better than Hannah Montana. Now, if you're familiar with Toby Keith off of the Clancy Taverns album, one song that he did not write or co-write was Red Solo Cup. And I Stop 13 is allegedly where they said parts of the lyrics for that song was written on a napkin while the writer was intoxicated looking down a red cup. I can say in support of that, the only thing I will say is they do sell beverages out of red cups, and I'll just leave it at that. Guitars out here. These are replica guitars that RCA Victor Studio B moved out here due to the overcrowding for picture taking. They actually, the guitars were placed in front of their doors and people would just swarm in and take pictures. So they moved them out here. The two on the left coming up will replicate one of Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel guitar and the other of Roy Orbison. And the two on the right coming up will replicate those of Johnny Cash. Now, if you notice to your left, CSAC, they're European based. They collect the artist royalties as well. but they're for profit. And the oldest first studio established or company was Quanzon Hut, as you see to the right-hand side. That now is owned by Mike Hurd. Mike Hurd is one that I had mentioned that produced over 200 top 10 hits. And in this area, he provides internship for Belmont University music students. If you would notice the banners on the right-hand side, behind the banners is Warner Music. And across on the same side is BMI. This area on our right is known for being called Music Circle, the streets that start this area back. Now, if you would look on the third floor on the left-hand side, you'll notice Elvis looking out at you of a window by a poster. This used to be the Spence Manor Hotel, a 5-star hotel. And to name a few, Elvis and Frank Sinatra would frequent here, and they would hang out at this guitar-shaped swimming pool, if you would look through the cleats. Next to that one Spence Manor Hotel is the Owen Bradley Park. And in the park is a statue of Buddy Killens. Buddy Killens is one of the co-founders of RCA Victor Studio B along with Chet Atkins. In front of Buddy Killens is the sheet music for Crazy by Patsy Cline. Now if you would notice straight ahead of us, the naked statues there, that's called Musica. And naked statues in the buckle of the Bible Belt made the religious community furious here. When it first touched down here in the roundabout, the religious leaders would come up and cover their nakedness with sheets. The students would come at night and snatch the sheets down. This went on for about 6 months. Once the dust settled, remember I said the name is Musica, we nickname everything, as you very well aware of now. The nickname for that now is Nudika Around the Butt. And that piece there is by Alan LaQuire. We have 2 stops to the left as a part of the tour this evening, at least for me. Stop 14 is located inside of the Gulch. And at the next light coming up, on the left-hand side starts the area called the Gulch. Once we drive across the bridge, if you would look to the left, you would see how it got its name. It's just simply how the buildings are positioned. And this is one area that they say that is growing faster than Nashville itself. This area took off in about 2007 to 2008, and it was delayed a little bit because of the recession, so it picked right back up in 2011. Is responsible for live jazz music and bluegrass. We're going to drive down one side of the Gulch and I kind of point out to you the establishments as we drive through. On the left hand side, the first I point out is Sambuca. They provide live jazz music and dining. And restaurants that are favored on this side of the Gulch is Cantina Laredo, providing Mexican food. Has anyone heard of Lucchese boots? Lucchese are high-end boots, and you can see the blue awnings underneath the trees there. They provide boots for famous people as well, such as the Dallas Cowgirls and in the past, John Wayne. And if you will notice to the left, you will see a Urban Outfitters. That is one of the trendy places for shopping in the Gulch. And on the right is our Stop 14 is Station Inn. They provide you with live bluegrass music. They open up their doors up at 7 p.m. nightly. And if no one's getting off, we'll continue. Next to Urban Outfitters is Two Old Hippies. Inside of Two Old Hippies, while you shop, live music is playing to you. And that live music brings a great distraction off the price tag. Right across the Two Old Hippies, you have the Turnip Truck, providing you with urban fare. And if you're here for a couple of days and you find yourself wondering what's going on or what to do, they have an editorial that's free to pick up in restaurants and stores around downtown. It has Nashville Scene on the front. If you look to your right at the top of this building, you'll notice Nashville Scene. They produce that editorial, and it gives you information about events each day as it's produced daily.